Alrighty then. Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome to Activated Mornings for another Tuesday morning. It's 9 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. The number to call when the time is right for you to call is 457-9997. The number to WhatsApp is 457-9994. Now, my name is Crystal. Going to take you up until 9:45 officially, or about, with a bit of commentary. The first step we're going to stop. We're going to make this morning is to pay tribute to Mr. B.T. Marksman. And this is coming from Whizzy Wiseman. Now, he said, and this is what we're going to do, right? We're going to read out a little thing, a little message from Whizzy. We're going to play a song by X-A-Dus. There is a message from Whizzy as well. Again, a voice note. We're going to play that. And then we're going to come back with another request, a requested song from X-A-Dus. All right. So Whizzy says he was one of the founding members of X-A-Dus, the drummer. The heartbeat, not only in musical terms, but also the driving force, who was very passionate about his role. His determination to keep going every time there was a setback, that is, losing players while on tour and having to replace with persons who can fit into the level of ability required. That extended in his love for working with graduates or undergraduates close to tent, which more often than not was not financially viable. A true patriot he was. Now, he requested for this song to be played. And it's called Take Me. So let's take it in. Okay, it's not playing. Not too sure what happened there, but bear with me for a minute or two. All right, there we go. There we go.
revolution. We will rise up and prepare our way. Music, oh yes, will be the only weapon. I discussed it with Wiz and Boat while pausing in a jam. 17 years they were traveling this road to music land. The journey brings plenty sweat, but for the pleasure you won't regret. There's no crime, there's no frustration when you're in music land. Recession you don't have to fear. Sweet music fill the air. Take me, I beg you take me. Where in music we will be one. No dumbfounded competition. Take me, oh Lord, just take me. Where I will not have to fret about a phone call to stop the bet. Take me, where we all can party. Take me, as one big family. Take me, with no need to worry. Take me, when perpetual gloom like a broom sweep over this land. I want to be with you there in music land. In music land. Ay, 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 ay. I kept on searching for someone who can share a little consolation. I kept on searching this entire land. It's so hard, Lord, to find a real solution. I met Luba and Bitchy sit down, programming a soca. I presented my case in song. Hear what they said after. Determination brings sweet success, and that's the reason no one can test. Forget about making it alone. Things is not that sweet. Pressure turn gold to diamond stone. Meat will be there to eat. Take me, I beg you, take me. Where my culture can go freely from the bonds that are holding me. Take me, oh Lord, just take me. Where my music can play tax free. No hard feelings over money. Take me, where I'll hold my baby. Take me, and dance with she gently. Take me, nobody to watch me. Take me, as man continue to fight a war that can never be won. I want to be with you there in music land. In music land. PLA, 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 PLA. Ay, 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 ay. You're moving. Music land is a destination. I can give you a warning. Quite soon you go long to hear a band play. It's time you rise up, rise up, rise up and join in. Come and rescue your culture. Yes, no time for delay. I couldn't find Brantley, Wendy and Flesh. They were crossing the bridge. They can't wait for this burial. That's not their privilege. They say the hardships they just can't take. That vicious envy you generate. I don't want to be the only one left in this pollution. Pass me my pass me Congo drum. I know they want me to come. Take me, I beg you, take me. Where my heart will forever be
The lyrics to that song are just too fitting, are also to the point, and I find quite relatable to things that are happening today. Permit me to segue for about 2 minutes. Artists, musicians, bands have produced such wonderful music for our country. And if you sit down and pay attention to the words of some of the music, you'd realize that what transpired in their time, which was just a few years ago, still happening today. And will be relatable for the future. Essential music, sweet, you know. Vincy Soca, Vincy Raga Soca, Vincy Calypso. I think some of the songs we take for granted. Like that one there that was just played, Take Me. The song is 7 minutes 36 seconds long. That's not a song. That is a work of art. Many people today would not sit down and listen to that song or other songs from that era in its entirety. Many people will not sit down and listen and appreciate the craftsmanship, the work, and the creativity that went into putting together the lyrics, putting together the music, all the instruments that just work together to create masterpieces. Many people will not sit down and appreciate or listen to that. 30 seconds in and they want to switch the song. If you sit down and you're present, just listen to the words and pay attention to their meaning. You might just be able to sit and listen to the entire song. Some people say, oh, you played it for too long. Listen to the words. The first verse, these songs were not created for you to listen the first verse and chorus and move on. Sometimes the second verse is the best one. Sometimes the third verse is the best one. Sometimes you don't want to miss the ending of the song because it's just as good as the beginning. But let me not compare modern soca and raga soca because there are some good ones in between. Anyways, that was the first song there that was requested by Whizzy. Whizzy was also a member of X-A-Dus. Yeah. I think I played a song before where Whizzy was the lead vocalist in that one. Now, Whizzy also sent in a voice note as tribute to BT, who was the drummer and one of the founding members of X-A-Dus. All right, so I'm going to play it right now.
Hi, Crystal. Good morning. Special good morning to your WFM listeners, locally, regionally, and internationally. My name is Ken Whizzy Wiseman. I just like to take a few minutes of your time to extend some sincere condolences to our musical brother and friend, Ashley B.T. Marksman, who departed for the great beyond yesterday. I'd just like to say sincere condolences to his wife, Debbie, and the kids, and the rest of his extended family. BT was the heartbeat of the band when on stage and whether we are off stage. He came from a military background, being in the St. Vincent Cadet Corps, and certain elements of that was instilled in his approach as it related to music, the discipline, the dedication. He was the drummer for many, many, many years until he relieved that position in the latter part of X-A-Dus' reign and then was on the mixing console. All in all, BT Marksman was a true patriot because his dedication did not just stop as it related to X-A-Dus. His dedication to culture and the art form as specific to Calypso tense. He and Randy D was the person on behalf of X-A-Dus who was accompanying the graduates Calypso tent slash then became undergraduates for many, many years. And Calypso tent's profitability in those years were not great. However, he instilled that the band worked with the Calypso tents and the Calypsonians in order to showcase their work every year. I think in the latter years, when he retired after the folding of X-A-Dus, he was a prominent judge in the Soca Monarch competition. So we've lost a great soul, a great person, someone whose life would be and still is invaluable as it relates to the art form in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Rest in peace, BT. Bless.
Rest in peace. And that was Ken Whizzy Wiseman there, sharing a short tribute to BT Marksman this morning. Now, the second song that was requested to be played, before I play it, I want to share. Ashley Marksman was a very good drummer with a unique style. BT was added because of his older brother, Bernard. BT Marksman, who is a very good friend of mine. All right, then. Okay. So this next song here is also by X-A-Dus, and it was specially requested to be played by Whizzy. Right? Now, once again, I want you to pay attention to the song, the music, and the lyrics. Hopefully, you're not operating machinery, so you get a little distracted and something goes a little haywire somewhere. But trust me on this one. You're going to want to pay attention to the words of this one here. All right? Okay, let's go.
Where there's a will, there's a way. The only way that may seem it right unto you dismay. We were born to be free, but survive such rough history. Yet life still goes on in the battlefield. Our existence is a mystery. Coming to from the start, they learn how to beat me. Coming to from the start, they know we were strong. But I know enough is enough, cause I can't be tougher than tough. We could make every single single dream come true. We gotta do what we gotta do. We got to fight on, get up, stop complain. It's a universal thing. From sunrise to sunset, every day is a living strain. Fight on, never mind the sweat. You got to sweat to get every good seed you sow brings a fruit wherever you plant it. Perseverance and strength go together. Triumph in all its reign, follow after. Signs reveal it's a shortened span, and time wasting is a crime. We must move in retaliation this time, and clean up racial oppression this time. Make way for the upcoming generation this time. Where there's a star, there's a light. We got to shine, it's we who have to make things go right. Don't sit and wait on a hand. Sometimes that hand just push you down. To achieve your goals, you must go for it every monarch. Where's his own ground? Conquer every obstacle you encounter. Many will be waiting to see you fall. But if you have to find something new, you must follow every clue. So at the end of the road, when you find your treasure, prosperity, you want to. We got to fight on and take full command of our future plan. Who can crack on, we back home, take we out this situation. Fight on, every family. Take it seriously. It is there we create and devise the path of our journey. Determination and vision goes together. All your aspirations follow after. Signs reveal it's a shortened span, and time wasting is a crime. We must make the right turn this time and implement what we learn this time. So every man and woman can earn this time. Where there's no vision, the people perish. Where there is no love, we're left in despair. There is war against your own brother. Trample your sister down in your quest to make living easier. To no other you give consideration. If we have to advance, we must come together. If we're going to succeed, we have to unite. Records can be broken, roads of gold could be won, but the strains of life will intensify unless we get up and fight. We got to fight on, take a rapid flight, work hard day and night. Is the one way to go if you hope for a future bright. Fight on honestly. Fight for you and me, for the sick and the weak and the helpless, they are the need. Fight on, get up, stop complain. It's a universal pain. From sunrise to sunset, every day is a living strain. Fight on, every family. Take it seriously. It is there we create and devise the path of our journey. Laziness and crime go together. Rougher times in the jail follow after. Signs reveal it's a shortened span, and time wasting is a crime. Our talents we must employ this time. grudge and selfishness we destroy this time. A future for every boy or girl this time. Faith is to the heart, like grapes on a ripe grapevine. To all those who perceive the struggle, the silver lining of the dark cloud that hovers over our freedom and liberty, can you see it clearly now? Walter Sisulu, Oliver Tambo, Paul Bogle, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela. The struggle continues. Haiti, Bosnia, Serbia, Afghanistan, Palestine, and all the other countries torn apart by the wicked impostors of war and crime. Perseverance and strength goes together.
All right, so we got about we're gonna give this about 2 or 3 more minutes. Too many times we don't appreciate our own talent until it's lost. Did you pay attention to the words of that song? This is no disrespect to anybody, any entity, or the country. But I will call this my personal second national anthem. While there's meaning to our national anthem, this one here, Perseverance by X-A-Dus featuring Razam, has a bit more depth and a bit more meaning to me as something of like national importance. So if you understand what I'm saying, there's no disrespect to our existing national anthem, but in terms of appreciation for the words and the meaning and the music for this one here, I would put it on that level. You understand what I'm saying? There's a part in the song, I spoke about this, we had this discussion a few weeks ago concerning this same song, this very song, pointing out some of the lyrics and zoning in on them. So I'm just going to zoning on one line. At the end of the goal, when you find your treasure, prosperity through and through. I don't know if he's speaking about finding your purpose and your passion and whatever it is, your goal or your vision. But that's what's jumping out at me. At the end of the goal, when you find your treasure, probably finding yourself or finding your purpose, things just blossom. Prosperity through and through. All right, and with that, we're going to wrap up. Wait a minute. Before I do that, somebody is also highlighting, you got to sweat to get, and time wasting is a crime. You see why he says laziness and crime go together? Boy, you ask from time and time again, what leads to crime? Different factors that influence. Walking along the streets, you walking and working, going from one place to the next, because you have things to do. And you're passing people sitting down, ain't doing nothing. Vibing and relaxing. Just being lazy and unproductive. But yet, those are some of the folks who would complain the most about the economy. Those are some of the people who would complain the most about there being nothing to do. But if there's another man or another woman who can get up and find something constructive and productive to do because he is not lazy or she is not lazy, then what is stopping you from doing the same thing, from pursuing similar or different good goals? What is stopping you? Your mind? Stop bringing up these false excuses. There are people who are, yes, they're saying, man, time's a little hard. Jobs are a little difficult to get. But you know what they're still doing? They're still getting up. They're still going out. They're still trying. They're still persevering. Because they know it makes absolutely no sense to give up. None whatsoever. Somebody else says, our national anthem, as with the national flag, has nothing to do with Vincentian, so I agree with you that this is my adopted national anthem. I put this one here by my heart. Somebody says, all these songs are so sweet, love them all. Laziness and crime go together. That's why sometimes as leaders, you also have to be very careful, you know, with some of the things that you see on these podiums as political leaders too. Because you know the people are lazy, but you just don't want to admit and tell them that they're lazy. You're lazy. You make a choice because you're lazy, because you don't want to try. You don't want to work hard. You don't want to pick up a hoe. You don't want to go look for work. Just want to sit down and stretch out your hand. And stretch out your hand to me, I give you a high five. But just hold it up so when you know. Or I say, what's up, pad? No, I give you a little elbow because since COVID, you know, you can't really be touching up your blankets. You don't know where they put their hand. Can't cough up here, boy. Where there's a will, there's a way. So the way that may seemeth right unto you this me. Come on, man, people. Come on. Oftentimes, these kind of conversations, people will shut down. People will close their ears. People will not listen because it's deemed to be boring. It's not entertaining. It's not somebody else's business. It ain't commerce. So you close your ears. You turn the other way. And you feed your brain and your mind with something that ain't helping you grow. But it's all a choice, you know. At the end of the day, it is a choice. And you all respect that. But I'm just saying, as I say from time to time, unless you are trying to do something different to better yourself or your environment, complaining will make no sense. Unless you actually do something, complaining will make no sense. Anyways, before we lose another source of information, another person who has made contributions or a contribution to our cultural development, to whatever sector, man. Music, drama, whether it be in engineering, whether it be in social activism, whatever they were doing throughout their lives that have positively impacted our national development, even if it's just by helping a few people or helping our community. The heroes of SVG, while they are still here, speak to them and find out as much as you possibly can from them. Listen to them as well. They've walked these roads many, many times. They may not have all the answers to the questions that the younger folks might have, but something they say might stick out at you. And in terms of our cultural icons, I'm pretty sure they have things that can be said that are meaningful to the younger folks in the various art forms. No matter the year, no matter the industry, no matter the era, these things might still be relevant. Sometimes there's a disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation because there might be a clash of egos. What is it time, boy? Whoosh. What's your memo for me about this, man? You put the people in months. Sometimes, let me do it real quick. Sometimes there might be a disconnect between the two because of clash of egos. One does not want to let go and accept and pass on the baton, and the other one thinks that he or she should quickly grab the baton from the older generation. There should be some time in between there where both of you learn from each other. You share ideas, man to man, woman to man to woman, and you listen to each other, and you have respect for each other, human to human. Sometimes some older folks might look down, and the younger folks are going to look up. And there's a preconceived notion by either party because of age. One don't want to listen, one don't want to talk. One don't want to listen, and one don't want to talk. There needs to be, before we lose more, and before maybe next year you come and you see no Vinci Mass, no cultural activity. But you see, that's probably just a reflection. That was probably the last straw. Because in communities, while we're seeing people reviving and doing things, some of these communities fell off and stopped doing certain activities because people got selfish. And people let things divide them instead of bringing them together. Don't tell me anything about no money. You find money when you need money. Maybe the whole national cultural event we call Carnival was the final symptom of some nasty disease that we can't seem to catch a vaccine for. That's what we need a vaccine mandate for now. You understand? To fix that problem before it gets even worse. Do what you can in the capacity that you have to fix. Older folks, listen to the younger folks. Younger folks respect, but respect goes and comes. It's a two-way street. Let go the ego. It serves no purpose. It holds you back and you back and you back. There's new technology. This morning, really and truly, the topic for this morning was artificial intelligence, To speak about the pros and cons and what we should be looking out for and who's at stake for losing and who's going to gain. That was actually the topic for this morning, but you see, sometimes things do change. Give a little wiggle room for that, But when we come back, because we got to take a break, we have to take a break. We have to run some commercials. You know how it is right here on WFM 99.9. Now I'm going to with this. Sorry. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Crystal. How are you?
I'm good. You catch me at the right time, man.
Well, here we're going on. You're speaking about artificial intelligence. No.
Well, I was gonna take a stop.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna take a break and then come back.
Okay.
So
what would you suggest?
So you wanna how long are you gonna take? Like 2 minutes? If it's 2 minutes, then you can go ahead. If it's longer, then you probably should call back.
I think the better thing for the artificial intelligence and the 70% share that the Nigerians going to buy into Liat, artificial intelligence will tell you what really going on there.
Okay.
So we're going to come out here this morning now. We'll even help the Prime Minister now to make decision quickly because you can't, you don't know what's going on before you delve in. So we got to talk after.
Okay. All right. Let me do what I got to do. All right. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, Princess.
All right. Bye bye.